I want to confirm we can hear me, please. Good morning. Thanks for joining to today's session. Apologies for the mixed up. Due to some certain circumstances, we have to change this topic. So once again, thanks for joining today's session. My name is Amosu Babatunde Emmanuel, and I am the technical support for infrastructure monitoring and service management at Signal Alliance. Signal Alliance is a diversified technology company and end-to-end system integrator with over 25 years experience in Nigeria technology and business landscape. Our partners include Microsoft, Cisco, Checkpoint, Computer Associates, CA, Trend Micro, UiPath, and many more. Today, our discussion will focus on mobile application capabilities. While the presentation is on, question can be typed into the chat box and we'll take it at the end of the session. So let's get started. Our mobile application is a way of having a lot of things done that we can actually access on the on an application that sits in the environment. For an example, we have a lot of applications that run in-house, like depending on the sector of where we're working from, and ability for us to do all these businesses, all these services we are using in-house while we are having it on a go. So I will not take much of our time, so I will have to dive straight into the discussion for today. So I'll be talking about the overview of the mobile application platform. We'll focus on the mobility and the remote access and productivity as a whole. Then we'll talk about the benefits of this mobile application. So, like I said, we have a lot of things that's covered in this mobile application. So, first of all, there is no way we can talk about mobile application without talking about the main application that hosts this mobile application, because the mobile application cannot work without having to sit on maybe a particular application or database and all that. So I'll be focusing on the service management of this mobile application platform. So service management, as we know, is it refers to the entity of activities directed by policies and structured in process and supporting procedures that are performed by an organization to design, plan, deliver, operate, and control IT services offered to customers. Like I said, IT service management is a suite of application that comprises of a lot of features that drives service management in an organization. What we're talking about is we have the incident management, we have problem management, we have configuration management, we have asset management, we have the unified self-service that drives all these applications. So we'll be talking about the overview, the focus, and the benefits. So let me move to the overview. On the overview, we have the services and the assets at the center of every application. We have the service desk team, we have change and operations manager, we have the business users. So as well, we have um, the asset management, financial audit, and the executive management. So we're talking about the service management here. It aligns services capability with modern user delivery and businesses. In today's technology, we know that there is no way businesses will flourish without having the set of goals. Like we have the people, we have the technology, and we have the processes. There's no way your organization will grow fine if you have the technology, you don't have the skill set of people, and you don't have processes in place. So one way or the other, all these three needs to align together for your businesses to grow. So service management is coming into the center to help organizations focus on things that they need to do to make their businesses work. We have the asset management here. The asset management comprises of having all um, assets in your environment, be it software, be it hardware, be it infrastructure and all that. It gives you the overview of every asset you have in your environment. It gives you day in, day out. It gives you expiry details of all the applications and softwares and hardwares that you have in your environment. It makes you understand hardware and software assets to better manage IT financials compliances. While you have the management insight on the right hand side here, this gives you the key metrics that inform and guide your service delivery and asset. So I'll dive into the demo. But before I go into the demo, there are some key features that I would like to for us to understand here. When you talk about mobility, mobility has greater impact in your environment because as it is now that we have a lockdown in the country due to the pandemic that's going on, there are some services that are running in your environment that you don't physically have access to unless you be in the environment. A lot of companies are very scared of giving out VPN access to their staffs, all because of um, security issue.
Security issue.
So, hello, I want to confirm people are hearing me there.
Hello, I want to confirm people are hearing me there, please.
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, we can hear you.
So,
We can hear you.
Yeah, okay. I hear you.
the benefits of mobility is service management level. We have the USS, which is called Unified Self Service. Unified Self Service is a community-based communication tool which lets you connect, share knowledge with the people in your organization. Using this communication tool, you can post questions, you can get answers, you can share information, you browse solutions and ideas. It is a powerful set capability that offers results from community conversation, like the SharePoint content, like external search engines such as Google, Yahoo, MSN, and all that. Mostly USS integrate with Service Desk Manager or a service catalog as a self-service front end. If the community cannot provide the answer, you can easily open a request and you can also monitor the progress of requests in Unified Self-Service. Like I said, Unified Self-Service have so many details, advantages when being integrated with the mobile application. You can create requests there. You can monitor the flow of your request. You see the importance of announcement over there. You can check recently posted questions on the community. The Unified Self-Service can allow you to view and post questions in the community. So I would like to dive into the demo for us to really understand what I mean by the service management mobile capability here. We have the SDM mobile application. What do I mean by SDM? We have the service desk application, which happens to be like the single point of contact for IT in an environment. So we have the service desk manager mobile application. We install it and we configure it. So when you install it, this is the kind of interface you see. When you first of all install the application, you can download it from the Google App or App Store. So when you download it, this is the first interface you see for the application. So then when you successfully log in, it depends on the role that you are used, because in Service Desk you have several roles. We have the analyst role, we have the end user role, which is the employee, we have the administrator's role, we have the operator's role, depending on how your environment configured it. So in this demo, when you successfully log into the Service Desk application on the mobile platform, this is what you see. Apologies, my screenshot might be a bit blurry, but when you log in, this is kind of thing you see. You see from the front, you see the recommendation, popular, and latest. This shows you the number of questions that are being raised on the community. You can see questions, you have recommended, you have popular, we have latest. Then you see my task. You see the change order, you see the request, and you see the incident. This is not a live demo, please. Don't get it mistake. Don't get it wrong, please. This is not a live demo, but this is what you get when you do a live demo. Because of one or two instances, we cannot log into the live demo to showcase all these things because that will be on the mobile. So when you log in, this is the interface you see. You have the list of your requests, you have your change management, you have the request numbers, you have the incident numbers. So with this, it gives the ability for end users to do their work on the go. You don't have to sit down in the office before you can do all these things. When you raise a ticket, you need someone to attend to it. You have an issue in your environment, you have an incident, or you have a request that you need to log. You don't have to physically be in the environment. You don't even need VPN access for this because this is being deployed on the DMZ and it's being exposed to the internet. So you can easily log in from your mobile application or your web browser to launch this URL or to launch the application itself, and you put in your details. And never forget that a lot of security options must have been taken into consideration by the organization that deployed this. So in terms of authentication, AD authentication, held up, and all that. So all those things must have been in place. So while you're logging in, there's a background check for security access before you can log into the application. So the next phase we are seeing here, when you log in, you see my tax, you see the unified self-service, and you see the create catalog. As an analyst, this is what I see. But as an end user, you are limited to what you can see. As an end user, what you can actually see is that you can raise tickets, you can check the update on your ticket, you can post question into the community, you can post question within your community. But if there's a way that you can't get the answer within your community, you can actually search a global community, depending on how the administrator has configured the mobile application to be integrated with either SharePoint, Google, Yahoo, and all the rest. So from here, it gives an overview as an analyst or an approver. Let's say change manager approver. It gives an overview of all the tickets that are pending on you. You see the self-service, you see the question, you can post the questions, your request, you can create requests, you can check updates on your ticket, you can request for a service catalog, so which gives you the offering of all the services you have in your environment. Like for an example now, you have a new employee in your environment, so the HR doesn't have to go through the process of writing or doing paperwork to get you your decks, your systems, your username and password. All those can be done here. All you just have to do is an HR just log into this application, then you just click on the services, which is the service catalog, to give you the list of services that are being offered in that your organization. Then you can specify whatever you need from there. Then you see your tax. After you've raised the service catalog, under your tax, you see what is pending, what has been approved, what needs your update, your intervention, and all that. So the service desk angle down here gives us the overview of all the modules we have on the service desk. We have the incident management, we have the problem management, we have the request management, we have the issue management, we have configuration item. It gives you everything you have. So this mobile application also gives you the capability to do your approval on the go. It gives you the ability to do things that you can do on site while you're off site. You don't necessarily have to be on the organization network before you can carry out your transaction or you can carry out your activities. So this mobile application gives you an overview, gives you the ability to carry out a lot of things on the service management aspect of your organization. So that will be all for now. Is a short presentation and it's concise. So in case you have any question, please, I would like to take them now.
Good morning.
Good morning, please.
Sorry, this is Joel.
Okay.
I don't know, though I joined a little bit late. I don't know if you discuss about assets on this.
Okay.
I don't know if it access the module
Okay.
on this app. If it
Yes.
is, then I have a question on that.
Oh, go ahead, please.
Okay. Now, should in case you want to search for an asset for a period of for a certain period, let's say now you want to search a particular asset that have been purchased for the last 4 years, just from 4 years up or thereabout, just a particular date, like 4 years, for the past 4 years. You understand? Maybe like 4 years ago now. Maybe that should be around by 2016. All the same purchase 2016 upward. You understand? Wanted to extract them. Can you do that?
Unfortunately, the mobile application has some limitations to what you can
No,
do.
no, might not be from the mobile app. I'm talking about from
Yes,
after deploying the application. I'm
yes,
talking about.
yes. Deploying, yes, it can give you over. In fact, all the applications, hardware, software that you have in your environment can be incorporated into this application. So from time to time, you can search for with filters. Anyway, we have filters. So depending on what you have, on what you want to achieve, that the application can do for you. So you
Okay,
can search the. Okay.
That's number one. Number two, sorry for keeping you. Number
No,
two
no
is
problem.
okay. Number two is in a case you search for maybe there's a change of ownership or the change of allocation of assets, to someone. Now
Yes.
maybe you are changing a name, the existing name to another name. Maybe someone has left the company or they transfer the department from another department. So you assign that system to another person. You understand what I'm saying? So you have changed the name to another person. Can it be tracking record of the if you search for that particular system? Can you perform a kind of history check for the people that have used that system in the past and their dates, the number of years?
That's why we have something we call the CCA. That's CA configuration automation, which captures all the changes that you have in your assets. For example, now you have you have a server that a router, for an example, that you configure so on it, and maybe later in the day, one of the network guys is doing a test and he mistakenly did something on it, and there's a downtime somehow. And the business now complaining, oh, what happened? This router is an issue, and the network guy says, oh, sorry, I didn't touch anything, I didn't do anything. When you go into the CMDB, it will capture the last change, when it was changed, and who changed it. Because before you could log into your router, you must have a username and password for you to do that.
Of course.
So the application will actually capture that with a timestamp.
Okay.
So it can give you overview. So that is limited to the configuration administrator anyway. So it's a configuration administrator that can track that.
Is it a continuous one that as changes going on, continuous keeping the record,
yes,
or just
it's keeping that record and it's giving the timestamp as at when the changes is being made.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Osita on the line. So just an additional question to what the other participant just asked on that monitoring changes on your assets. So and the example you gave. So I just want to know, that means there are going to be some configurations or protocols you need to activate on your network device for the configuration change manager to be able to capture every change that is being made and what time it was made, right?
Yes. Because the thing is that with you get tracks of everything that is happening on the router when we have SNMP enabled on it. So with SNMP, you can get information of whatever is going on. So that is where we have the communication between the application and the router.
Okay, so the SNMP, you kind of do a configuration that you should forward it to the CNDP every time.
Yes, because we need to discover, because the router needs to be discovered on the CMDB. But the CMDB is the configuration management database, which comprises, which has every of your hardware asset in your environment, hardware, software, whatever it is. The CMDB captures it.
Okay. So additional question, but that's for active network or active assets on the network, on the network, assuming on your network. So what about inactive? How do you manage that?
As soon as it's inactive, the CMDB will recognize it as being inactive, because once it is unable to get tracks from the router anymore, it will count it as inactive. And there's another configuration we can do on the application to know that, okay, if you are not getting traps from this particular device over a few minutes, or let's say, okay, in the next for 2 days consecutively, you're not getting traps from this device, categorized as being inactive.
But okay, categorize it automatically or kind of send a notification to the.
Okay, that's it. Where you're going to. That one is just like a root cause analysis.
Confirm that it's inactive.
That's like fault analysis. When there is no communication between, depending on the policies that you set on the application, if there is no tracks from this device for next 5 minutes, please raise a ticket or raise an alarm to the service owner or the application owner. For an example, like we have for Spectrum and for URN, which are the fault analysis services that we have. So if you are not getting tracks from particular device and for 2 minutes consecutively, so just alert the application owner or probably send a ticket to service desk to raise a case that so application is so server so device is down. And
hello.
Okay, well, now you are saying down. I want to know if on this application, is there a module where you manage? Okay, this used to be my active device, but now it's no longer an active device. It's now off the network. And the date it was.
Yes, we have a module. Yes, we have a module incorporated in this service desk. And this is a service. What I'm talking about here is IT service management. So under IT service management, we have different modules there. Like I said, we have the incident, we have the request. So we have asset management, we have the CMDB as a module under this complete IT service management.
Okay, so under your asset management, yes. So under your asset management,
we have configuration, we have settings to say if this device is not reported to the hello. You can hear you. Who is it, please?
Yeah, good morning. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes. Do you want
to
please,
I asked a question in the chat, but I don't think anybody is seeing it.
Okay, it should be directed to me, please. Let me quickly answer the last question that was being asked by that. Yeah. Okay. So, like I was saying, we have policies that says under asset management, if this server or this device is not communicating, is not reporting to the asset manager for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, depending on what is being set, 2 days, 3 days, please rate it as inactive. We have inactive for 30 days, we have inactive for 90 days, we have inactive for depending on what you want to set. So in some environment, you set the policy that if this device is inactive for 5 days, please flush it out of the system and count it out.
Okay, so that's what I want to hear. So that means it could be if you don't see it active for so period, you can tell you, okay, I can categorize my asset manager that okay, if you don't see active for 10, that means it's out, is inactive but out for maintenance. If you don't see it for 90 days, then that out of the that means it's decommissioned, no longer in use.
Correct.
You can categorize it down. Okay, fine. That's what
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Nice presentation.
Yeah, you're welcome. So please, can we have the question in the chat box?
I don't know. I can ask a question before you get one in the chat. Is it possible?
Okay, please. Go ahead.
Okay, this is Joel again. Okay, sorry. This is Joel again.
Okay, Joel.
Based on my based on the question just read from one of our friends now, I want to ask a further question on that particular question. Now, in the case, is there a module on is there a kind of client agent on the asset, or just have to input all those one manually or through the AD or the stuff, or is there a kind of agent deployment? Should they give the system even off network and is now being used, is not connected to the network outside your own network, maybe external network? Will you still recognize it, or just
no, please come again. I want to understand that outside an internet network. Please come again on that question.
Okay, now let's assume that the device is within your network. You have within your AD, within your network, which you have captured the request in the module in this application. Now I have to take that system off your local network.
Okay.
Are you getting me? Maybe the person have to use external network to connect to the device, and they are using that device. will you see, is that any agent or a kind of how will I put it, a kind of install agent that will navigate, that will trigger that this system is not active now? You understand? So that you can know that it's not, though it's not within your local network, but it's active somewhere.
Yes, we have, because
I
like
don't
I
know
said,
if I
the
make this
application is
sense.
agent and agent based and agentless based. So for the question you asked, this is about asset management in communication with client automation.
Yes.
So with this, you have agent based, which is agent will be installed automatically, like it will be passed to all the devices you have in your environment.
Devices. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
in your network anyway, over your network. So once it's
Yes.
out of the network, like I said the other time, that it will capture you like, okay, in the next 5-10 minutes, depending on the policy you set. So once it's out of your network, it's not reporting to the client automation anymore or the asset management. So at that moment, it's not seeing it as being updated. So immediately you join back to your network, it starts taking the effect of whatever thing that has gone on other systems for now. So once it's out of your network, you are not giving report to the client automation again, because client automation will always pick whatever you have within your network. And if you have anything on the DMZ that is being set on the client automation, it will actually pick it, because you have the capability to pick things that are within your network and the DMZ that is being set on the application. I hope that answer your questions.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Please, we'd like to take the last questions, please, while we round up this session.
There's a question on the chat. In fact, two
Okay.
questions.
Can someone read it out to me, please?
Okay. Did you say you could create users with the application and give them their username and passwords? That's the first question.
I say you could create users on the application with their
Great.
username and password.
Yes. Is that possible on the application?
Yes, is quite possible, because the application is integrated with the Active Directory. So automatically it pulls all the information you have in the AD and import them on the application. Their username, their password, their email address, their department, their location, their unit, as it's being specified on the AD, everything is being imported into the application. So that's why it's easier for you when you're out of your network on your mobile application. Once you launch the application, it will request for your username and password, which will be be authenticated to your AD. So if you are not on the AD, you cannot launch into the application, because when you try to put in your username and password, it will link to the AD to verify if this user actually exists in the AD. And don't forget, by default, when you log into the application, you have the employee role, which is the end user's role. That means it. So it doesn't take the portfolio you have in the AD into the application. It only picks your username, your password, takes your first name, your last name, your email address, your location, and your address. It picks all those information. So when you get to the application, the administrator can now decide to elevate you or demote your profile.
Second question quickly. Did you say HR can use this application, or who
Yes,
exactly is the
yes,
application
we
designed?
have the application is designed for everyone in your organization. So every department has their own expectations. So it is being deployed and being configured now to tailor to your expectation. Like I said, expectation diverse. So HR, what do you want this application to do for you? We've told, okay, this is the primary aim of this application. First point of contact. So what does HR want to use this for? Like I said, we have the service catalog, which is mostly used. So it is beneficial for the HR. So what does the HR want? How do they want to use this application? This can be customized, because it's easier to customize. Though it depends, it requires a level of expertise to do that. Apologies, we'll not be able to take any more questions. So as we promised that the webinar will be 30 minutes, we have come to the end of today's session. We'll continue from this point tomorrow or next week. So any question and answer can be directed to workplace support at signalalliance.com, and we'll reach out to you within 24 hours. I want to say thank you all and see you tomorrow for another great session. Bye for now, please.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.